When my team and I launched the Write, Build, Scale publication, we had a simple goal: hit the bestseller status as fast as possible. And we did it in less than 60 days with a brand new publication, 0 subscribers at the start, and no experience on the platform. Most people spend at least a year chasing the bestseller badge on Substack, and most of them just give up along the way because they approach the whole journey the wrong way. So in this video, I'm diving into what we did differently, and I'll walk you through the 5 strategies that work. And I'll be honest about who this approach is actually for, because it's not for everyone. If you are brand new to creating content, if you've never published anything, or if you have 0 experience in writing or marketing, you need to do some groundwork before you can apply what I'm going to teach in this video. But if you've already been building something, maybe you have a YouTube channel, a podcast, an audience on Medium, LinkedIn, X, or you're a coach and consultant with real expertise, then Substack is a massive opportunity for you. And you don't have to spend years figuring it out. Instead, let me show you how we did it. So here's what we set out to do. My co-founders Yari, Philip, and I launched the Write, Build, Scale publication on Substack in July 2024. And from day one, we had a very specific goal. We wanted the bestseller badge. Why? Because on Substack, that badge is instant credibility. When someone lands on your publication and sees that you're a bestseller, it changes how they perceive you. They are more likely to subscribe, more likely to trust you, and more likely to eventually pay you. To get the first bestseller badge, you only need 100 paid members. Now, most people treat paid subscriptions as something that happens passively. They turn on their paid tier, mention it occasionally, and hope that people will magically convert. But that's not a strategy, it's just wishful thinking. We treated our paid tier as a product, and we launched it like a product, and we still do. But I need to be upfront about something. We didn't start from 0 in the truest sense. I've been writing online since 2018. I had 80,000 followers on Medium, and we had an email list of 30,000 subscribers on Kit. We didn't import those subscribers to Substack. That's not how you build an audience, but we did promote our new publication to our existing audience, and we did lean into the credibility that we brought to the table. And that's a key insight right there. If you've been creating content anywhere, if you have expertise, an audience, a body of work, you are not starting from scratch. You are starting with massive leverage. So let me show you the 5 strategies we used to hit the bestseller status in under 60 days. And the first one is a non-negotiable if you want to grow on Substack. Notes is Substack's short-form feature. Think of it like Twitter or LinkedIn, but built directly into Substack. And here's what most people miss. Notes is how you learn the culture on Substack. Because every platform has its own language, its own rhythms, its own unwritten rules. And the fastest way to understand any platform is to immerse yourself into the conversations that are already happening there. And Notes is where those conversations happen on Substack. All 3 of us, Philip, Yari, and I, we've been posting notes multiple times a day from the very beginning. And it's not just random thoughts, but also strategic content that showcased our expertise and sparked curiosity about our publication. But Notes isn't just about posting, it's about participating as well. In the early days, we followed what we call the 10-5-1 rule, and it's still what we recommend to our students who are just getting started on Substack. The idea is very simple. Every time you publish a note, you also like 10 notes from other creators, you leave 5 meaningful comments, and you start 1 genuine conversation, either in DMs or in the comments. This only takes a few minutes, but it compounds quickly. When you like someone's notes regularly, they start to recognize your name. When you leave a thoughtful comment, you become more memorable. And when you start a real conversation, you build the foundation for a potential collaboration. Within a month of doing this consistently, we had genuine relationships with dozens of creators in our space. And that's how we built the network that became our collaboration partner. Which brings me to strategy number 2. Substack has this built-in feature called recommendations. When someone subscribes to your publication, you can recommend other publications. And and they can recommend you back. Every new subscriber from a recommendation is already warmed up. They trust someone who trusts you, and a significant portion of our free subscribers discovered us this way. But recommendations are just the beginning. We've done dozens, maybe hundreds of live streams at this point. We host live conversations with other creators on Substack, and the recordings become posts that continue working for us long after the live session ends. We do cross promotions, we do guest posts, we interview creators on our podcast. We look for win-win partnerships all the time. It's genuinely a 24/7 mindset for us. Whenever we see something interesting, we try to team up. And here's what makes this compound. There are creators we are collaborating with multiple times per year. This is not some weird growth hack that we've applied once or only in the early days and then ditched. It's what we truly believe in and what we still do. The key is that we didn't start by asking for anything. We engaged with other people's content first. We commented on their posts, restacked their notes, showed up in their communities, often for weeks before we ever mentioned a potential collaboration. And then when we eventually asked about swapping recommendations or doing a live stream together, it was not a cold pitch. It was a natural next step in a relationship that already existed. We emphasize this same approach with our students inside our programs and private membership, and our members network and collaborate with each other. They do live streams together. They cross-promote each other's work. Some of the best success stories we've seen have come from our community members connecting with each other and growing together. Now, next is the strategy that most creators completely miss, and it's probably the single biggest reason we were able to grow our paid subscribers so quickly. We've run multiple sprint launches over our first 18 months on the platform. It's our number one strategy for rapidly growing paid tiers. A sprint launch is a focused promotional campaign, typically 5 to 7 days, with urgency, bonuses, and social proof, all designed to convert free readers into paid subscribers. Our first major sprint launch was called Substack September. It was a boot camp we ran back in 2024, and everyone who upgraded during that period got access to live workshops, expert interviews, and recordings they could watch later. There was a clear start date, a clear deadline, and a clear reason to act right now instead of at some point in the future. That campaign is what got us to bestseller status in less than 60 days. Then for our 1-year anniversary, we published a massive article called 365 Lessons We Learned in Our First Year on Substack. And we backed it up with a tiered promotion. The first tier offered the biggest discount, and when those spots filled up, the next tier kicked in with a smaller discount. People could see the best deals selling out in real time, which compelled them to act. And that single campaign added another 100 new paid subscribers to our paid tier, and it helped us move closer to the second bestseller badge, which you receive with 1,000 paid subscribers. But we've also run smaller sprint launches in between these major campaigns. Every few months, we create an event around upgrading to the paid tier. But here's the key insight that makes sprint launches work. You have to treat your paid tier like an actual offer, not just pay me for a newsletter, because nobody wants to pay for a newsletter in 2026. Content can be created in seconds with AI, and content alone isn't valuable anymore. What people are willing to pay for is access to you. They want deeper knowledge, faster solutions to their problems, and a feeling of being connected. At Right Build Scale, we work primarily with educational creators, authors, coaches, consultants, experts, people who want to share their knowledge for a living. That's 90+% of our students and customers. Which means if you are in that category, you need to package your knowledge the right way. Your paid tier needs to feel like a product, something with a clear value, clear transformation, something worth launching and promoting. If you are not proud of your paid tier, you won't ever be able to consistently promote it. And you don't just want to say you get posts behind the paywall, because Substack isn't just a newsletter platform anymore. It's a full content ecosystem. You can post articles, notes, podcasts, video, live streams, and if you have existing content, you can bring it all to Substack. We started by repurposing our long-form blog posts from Medium. That was content that had already resonated with audiences, and we adapted it for Substack and gave it a second life. But as we grew, we took repurposing even further. Now we have a podcast that goes out every Monday, and we upload those episodes to YouTube as well. When we host a live stream with another creator, the recording automatically becomes a Substack post. Every YouTube video we make gets embedded in a Substack article. Some of it even makes it to Medium. It's one piece of content serving multiple formats, multiple audiences, and all feeding back into the same ecosystem and same goals. If you have a YouTube channel, embed those videos in Substack posts. If you have a podcast, upload it directly. If you've written blog posts or other articles on platforms, adapt them for your Substack audience. This isn't lazy, it's strategic. You're bringing your best work to an audience that actually wants to read, watch, and support creators. Now, the last strategy is something you might not expect, but it matters more than you might think. We showed up as humans, with quirks, with personality, with opinions. Substack is still a relatively young platform compared to all the others, especially their notes feed, which has only been around for a couple of years. And right now, it's attracting a specific kind of person, people who are sick of traditional social media. They are tired of algorithms that bury their content, tired of engagement bait and outrage farming, tired of platforms that feel fake and performative. Substack, at least right now, is still very, very different. The conversations feel more human, the community feels more real, and people actually read what you write, and they respond thoughtfully. And that means you can actually be yourself. You don't need to be polished and perfect. You can share your real thoughts, your real process, your real struggles, and people will connect with that. And honestly, some of the notes that performed best for us were the ones that we almost didn't publish. A quick thought, barely edited, that felt simple to share. But those are often the ones that resonate most because they feel real. Obviously, I don't know how long this will last. Thousands of people are migrating to Substack every single day, and the platform is changing rapidly. But right now, it's still a genuinely fun and human place to be and create on. Let's lean into that. Let people see the real you. That's what builds the trust that eventually leads into your paid tier growing. Now, you might be thinking, okay, but you had a significant head start. Can someone else actually do this as well? Now, let me tell you about Benjamin, one of our VIP coaching clients. Benjamin started a Substack called The Digital Citizen about global mobility, helping people move abroad, navigate visas, understand taxes in different countries. He didn't have 80,000 Medium followers. He didn't have a 30,000 person email list, but he did have deep expertise. He'd actually done what he was teaching. He moved to multiple countries, figured out the complex systems, learned what most people are struggling with. Through our VIP coaching program, Benjamin became a Substack bestseller with a total of 2,000 subscribers. That's over a 5% conversion rate from free to paid, which is exceptional because most publications are lucky to even hit 2 to 3%. And here's what he says made the biggest difference. He said, I wrote for my audience, not for myself. I focused on what they actually needed, not what I thought was interesting. At the beginning, he emailed every subscriber, free and paid, asking what questions they had, what they were struggling with. He looked at which posts got the most engagement. He included polls in his articles to understand what his readers were thinking. He let his audience guide his content strategy. And now he is building meaningful revenue, not just from paid subscriptions, but from a digital product priced at $47 and a higher ticket coaching package starting at $5,000. His Substack became the foundation for a solid business. And the same principles apply whether you're starting with a huge existing audience or building from deep expertise alone. You are leveraging something you already have. By the way, every single month we work with a handful of one-on-one clients who want exactly this, to rapidly build and grow their Substack without wasting time figuring it out alone. If that sounds like you, we have an application form linked in the description box below. Okay, now I need to be completely honest with you. As I said before, this approach doesn't work for everyone. We hit bestseller in less than 60 days. Benjamin did it in 8 months. Those are real results, but they came from a specific starting point. I've spent 7 years learning what works. We had an email list we could promote to. We had credibility we could lean on. If you are completely new to content creation, if you've never written for an audience, never built any kind of following, never developed expertise in something people want to learn, then this fast-track approach probably won't work for you yet. You'll need to spend some time building the fundamentals first. And if that's you, new, that's totally fine. I've got a complete Substack for Beginners tutorial that walks you through every single step, from setting up your publication, understanding the platform, building your first audience, and much more. I'll link it right here and in the description box so you can find it right away. So as a Substack newbie, you can start there and come back to this video when you are ready. But if you're sitting on an audience somewhere, even a small one, and you're wondering whether Substack is worth your time, or if you have expertise and a body of work, but you're not monetizing it effectively, or if you're tired of platforms that don't let you own your audience and want something better, then this approach absolutely works. The strategies I shared today are exactly what you need. You don't need 30,000 email subscribers to succeed. Whatever you do have, use it strategically and intentionally. Don't treat Substack like a fresh start where you ignore everything you've already built. Treat it like the place where you finally bring everything together. So let me briefly show you where we are at now, 18 months after starting. Over 40,000 total subscribers, more than 1,200 paid subscribers, and we're generating around 50K per month through our Substack publication. Now, and this is important, that 50K isn't just from paid subscriptions, obviously. Paid subscriptions are the foundation. They bring people into our ecosystem and build trust over time. But the real business is built on top of that. Digital products, courses, coaching, VIP experiences, and much more. If you want to understand exactly how our income streams break down, what percentage comes from subscriptions versus products versus coaching, I made a complete behind-the-scenes video explaining everything. It's the full breakdown of how we actually build a 50K per month business through Substack. I'll link it right here so you can get the full picture. Now, if you found this helpful, please subscribe to the channel and leave a like here. I publish new videos every week about how to grow your audience on Substack, build your creator business, and make money doing what you truly love. I'll see you in the next one.